Evening, I'm Bianca Ray at 6 o'clock. Time for news.
You're watching KESQ, the desert's news leader, live in high definition. This is News Channel 3 at 6.
Thanks for joining us. Fried Oreos, funnel cakes, basically fried anything. You know what that means. It's the first weekend of the 67th annual Riverside County Fair and National Date Festival over in Indio. Now, there's plenty of family fun attractions, food galore at the fairgrounds. And as News Channel 3's Loriana shows us, this year neighbors are getting a taste of tradition with a twist.
They're timeless, tasty, and fresh 365 days a year.
Very good, very sweet. They're a lot better than the bag of cookies that we go for at night. So that's what we do. We freeze them.
It's our homegrown valley treat that raises eyebrows and dates way back.
1903, I believe, was when the first date palm was planted in the Coachella Valley.
Crowds of families and visitors flooding the Indio Fairgrounds Sunday for the Riverside County Fair and National Date Festival, celebrating the fruit that started it all, and in all its forms.
Date shake. Gotta have a date shake.
It's just part of our culture out here. So we see it as a tradition. We come out every year and we want to make sure we continue that tradition for the families out here.
There are more than 6,000 exhibits to see and taste at the fair. 100 of them are dates.
Buy dates, see dates. We have a cooking show that features dates.
Our valley crop satisfies 95% of the nation's sweet tooth. The county agriculture report shows they rake in $41 million a year, a nice boost to the local economy.
I like that it's in our valley, and I think it's a representation of the valley that's pretty cool too.
Whether you sip it, blend it, or pick it straight from the tree here at the festival, you're sure to find a date that'll fill your cup of tea.
And this year, they're creating a new splash.
It's very unique because we've figured out how to take all the history, nutrition, and kind of fun of all the date and date industry and bottle it into beverages, both juice and tea.
Tastes good. It's really interesting what they do with dates. I mean, they do everything with them.
Something for our area to be proud of.
Laura Yanez, News Channel 3, Indio.
Fair hours are from 10 in the morning until 10 p.m. and don't miss the fair's President's Day Parade beginning at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning at the intersection of Miles Avenue and DeGlette Nor and ending at the entrance of the fairgrounds. And local boxing champ Timothy Bradley will be the Grand Marshal. Time now for a check of the weather. Meteorologist Rob Bradley's in with a look at the conditions out there. Hey, Rob, how lucky are we that this is our February weather, right?
Well, yeah, there's not many places that you can get better weather than this in February. 80 degrees are high today in Palm Springs, 81, in Thermal, 82 down in Imperial, and the sunny days are going to continue for us, although we're going to start to cool off a little bit. The good news is the parade tomorrow and your President's Day holiday do look nice and sunny, but then some big changes on the way after that. Satellite picture from today showing nice and clear skies, not a cloud out there. A couple of clouds we saw yesterday have long been gone, but the good news is that sunny conditions are going to stick around, but then we're due for some changes as the middle week approaches. Sunny day, holiday is the story for Monday, but then cool and rainy conditions are going to make their way a little bit closer to the valley on Tuesday. We have a high wind watch to talk about. We got all the details on that in just a little bit. Bianca.
Thanks, Rob. The city of Yucaipa and its police department will be hosting a candlelight vigil in memory of fallen San Bernardino County Sheriff's deputy. 35-year-old Jeremiah McKay was killed during a shootout with Christopher Dorner last Tuesday. The 15-year veteran deputy leaves behind a wife and 2 young children. If you'd like to attend the vigil, it will be held in front of Yucaipa City Hall Tuesday at 6 o'clock. It's located on the 34,200 block of Yucaipa Boulevard, and you can find more information on our website. That's KESQ.com. Authorities need your help to find a missing mentally disabled teenager. Jonathan Allen Norton was last seen in his Yucca Valley home yesterday morning. Sheriff's deputies believes he may have walked to the Yucca Valley Library. Norton regularly visits the library and returns in the afternoon. Although an adult, the 19-year-old has the mental capacity of a 12-year-old. He's about 5'8" and 170 pounds and was last seen wearing a white jacket and blue jeans. If you have any information at all, please call the Morongo Basin Sheriff's Station. That's 760-366-4175. A Coachella man is facing drunk driving charges tonight. Police arrested Ivan Antonio Ricon Lopez on the 50,000 block of Harrison Street in Coachella today. Officers say the 23-year-old crashed his vehicle into a fence around 4:20 this morning. He was arrested and taken to the county jail in Indio. A multi-million-dollar overhaul of the DMV computer system is being canceled with the job only half done. Officials say they were making very little progress. Nanette Miranda tells us why state officials decided to scrub the expensive project.
The $200 million effort to overhaul DMV's 40-year-old computer system that processes driver's licenses and vehicle registrations has been halted. After 7 years and $135 million taxpayer dollars, only the driver's license portion is close to getting done.
We thought it was a time to bring the project to an end because they weren't going to be able to get to an agreement on how to finish it out.
The stalled DMV project is the latest in a string of high-profile technology blunders that have plagued state government. Last week, Controller John Chong fired the contractor charged with the $400 million upgrade to the state's payroll system because it's years behind schedule, triple the original estimate, and it doesn't work. And last year, after doling out $500 million, the courts pulled the plug on the effort to electronically connect every courthouse in the state when the cost ballooned to $2 billion.
It's ironic that California, being the birthplace of the high-tech industry, can't seem to get its act together.
But the state's technology chief says they do have some successes. California is the first state to have a mobile app store. An online voter registration system kicked off last fall, and family and friends can make online reservations to visit an inmate. Carlos Ramos admits, though, the state may be too big for certain projects.
Technology projects in and of themselves can be pretty complex undertakings, but when you take on something of the scope and scale of California, they're inherently risky.
State department heads don't make projects easy either.
What we've heard from some of the people in the private sector is that the state will ask for something, but then they'll change their minds later, or they're not clear as to what they really want.
That was Nanette Miranda reporting. The state will be evaluating what to do next in the DMV and court projects. The controller says he plans to sue the payroll contractor to get some of the taxpayers' money back. Gas prices in the Southland soaring. The average price of a gallon of self-serve regular gas in the Inland Empire jumped to its highest since October. It's up about 1.8 cents to about 4.23 a gallon. The average price in Riverside and San Bernardino counties has jumped more than 50 cents over the last 20 days. AAA blames the price jump on a reduction at local refineries caused by scheduled maintenance. Proposals on immigration reform leaked. Next on News Channel 3, see why details are causing a ruckus on Capitol Hill. Plus, it was money meant to help this little girl get a heart transplant. See now why it's all gone. Devastating story. You're watching KESQ, the Desert's news leader. A sneak peek at White House proposals for immigration reform is raising alarm on Capitol Hill. A document leaked to the newspaper USA Today revealed details of a plan that gives a path to citizenship for undocumented immigrants. But some Republicans say it's a non-starter. Rena Ninen reports.
The battle over immigration reform is turning up the heat on America's melting pot. USA Today says it received a leaked draft proposal from the White House, which would allow illegal immigrants to obtain green cards within 8 years. The draft also includes increased Border Patrol funding and an expanded E-Verify system so employers can screen for illegal immigrants. Rising Republican star Marco Rubio was quick to condemn the plan. The Cuban-American senator issued a statement saying, if actually proposed, the president's bill would be dead on arrival in Congress, leaving us with unsecured borders and a broken legal immigration system for years to come. On the Sunday talk shows, other Republicans added their own criticism.
By giving advantage to those who cut in front of line for immigrants who came here legally, not dealing with border security adequately, that tells us that he's looking for a partisan advantage.
Does the president really want a result, or does he want another cudgel to beat up Republicans?
The White House says it supports the current bipartisan efforts on immigration reform.
I hope that Republicans and Democrats up there don't get involved in some kind of typical Washington back and forth sideshow here, and rather just roll up their sleeves and get to work.
President Obama had already warned lawmakers that if they could not agree on an immigration reform bill, they would hear from him.
If Congress is unable to move forward in a timely fashion, I will send up a bill based on my proposal.
A bipartisan group of senators known as a Gang of 8 hopes to present new legislation sometime in March. Rena Ninen, ABC News, Washington.
A Florida family raising money for their baby's heart transplant is back to square one. Meet 9-month-old Jalen Anderson. 4 months ago, she was diagnosed with an infection in her heart. She's now in intensive care awaiting a heart transplant. Jalen's family had been collecting donations for her treatment, but on Valentine's Day, Jalen's grandfather was robbed of $3,000 in donations.
They stopped and went to eat at a restaurant, locked the truck up, went back out and everything was stolen, their luggage and the money and everything in the truck. It was pretty devastating. You know, we were in shock. It was like, wow, are you serious? Who could do that?
Although devastated by the theft, the family isn't letting it get them down. They're focusing on Jalen and patiently hoping she'll get a new heart soon. Coming up on News Channel 3, Rob Bradley will be in with your full First Alert forecast. He's got a preview right now. Hey, Rob.
Hey, well, sunny skies are going to stick around for your holiday. That's the good news. The bad news is the next winter storm is on the way. I got full details coming up after the break. And remember, you can get your weather online anytime on KESQ.com.
Now, First Alert weather with Rob Bradley.
Well, Punxsutawney Phil forecasted an early spring, but that marmot was wrong. We have another winter storm on the way to the valley here. A winter storm watch to talk about for elevations over 3,000 feet. Some blowing snow could reduce visibility Tuesday night and into Wednesday morning. That's when that watch is in effect for. And we also have a high wind watch for the Coachella Valley in areas east of the mountain slopes. Winds could be picking up to about 45 miles an hour, and we could see gusts above 70. Just make sure you keep it tuned here to KESQ for your full forecast coming up in the next couple of days. We'll have more details on that. Today's low is very different on the east and west end of the valley. 33 in Thermal, 48 in Palm Springs. We could see some frost advisories issued later in this week, but right now still staying above the freezing mark. 73 degrees outside right now. Dew points in the 20s, so we're still nice and dry outside, and temperatures should still be pretty nice for your President's Day tomorrow. 67 in Thermal right now, 73 in Palm Springs, 69 in Imperial, and we're still pretty nice and dry out there. Humidity less than 25%. Winds are picking up just a little bit right now, but still below advisory strength. Just a nice westerly breeze out there. This area of high pressure is going to give you a nice day on Monday before this cold front starts to make its way down the west coast. On Monday night, we could see a couple more clouds, and then Tuesday, some light scattered showers. Tuesday night is really where we're going to see the bulk of the moisture come through. Good about 90% coverage expected for the valley Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning, and then those winds starting to pick up a little bit more than that after. Your Mercast forecast for Monday keeps skies clear. Some clouds starting to make their way in here early Tuesday afternoon. Your night planner for this evening, still pretty mild temperatures outside. 61 degrees, clear skies by 8 o'clock, lower to mid-50s by midnight, cool and calm conditions, and then 47 degrees. Your overnight lows for the west end of the valley tonight, mid to low 30s again for the east end of the valley. Your day planner for tomorrow, mid-50s by 8 a.m., nice clear, and mid-70s in the afternoon for your President's Day holiday on Monday. And your highs tomorrow still staying right around what we saw today. A couple degrees cooler though, mid to low 70s in most of the valley. 76 degrees in Coachella, right around 75 degrees in Palm Desert, 76 in Indio, Palm Springs, right around 74 degrees with the tram dipping into the mid 40s, and the San Gorgonio Pass mostly staying in the low to mid 60s, with Big Bear and Ottawa both in the 40s and 50s. And your high desert forecast looks like mostly mid to low 60s. Your next 7 days here, clear skies on Monday, windy conditions and rainy conditions on Tuesday. Tuesday night, unfortunately, clouds are going to stick around for most of the week. Unfortunately, the good news is the weekend looks like it should be nice and clear.
Good. You know, I have family in town from Chicago now, and more coming later this weekend. And they're like, if the sun isn't out, they're going to be so upset, you know? So at least we have...
good news. Yeah, good thing is it's getting out of the way early in the week.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Coming up in sports, a nationally ranked college baseball team was playing in Palm Springs. We'll tell you how they fared against UC Riverside. Plus, if you love golf, you better make your way out to PGA West this week. Chris Alvarez has all the details. Here's a look what's coming up on ABC tonight. 7 o'clock, America's Funniest Home Videos. 8, Once Upon a Time, Revenge at 9 o'clock, and 0 Hour at 10 p.m. You're watching KESQ, the Desert's news leader.
We are bumping the beats on the best local sports show. A beautiful Sunday from golf to baseball, some great local events to see. We begin on the links at PGA West. Some of the best college golf teams in the land will bring their collective skills to PGA Monday through Wednesday for the prestige tournament play. As I said, Monday through Wednesday, the field is ranked as 9th strongest in the country and features host teams Stanford and UC Davis, along with top-notch programs from around the country. Even Stirling University, a top program from Scotland, is here. Great stuff. Plenty of reasons to watch some great golf this week.
The Norman course here at PGA West is an amazing backdrop and should provide a great test. So we hope that people come out and get a chance to watch, the future stars of the PGA Tour, hopefully, and they can do it for free. So it should be a wonderful event.
Because everyone wants to come to the desert in the winter to play some golf and get out of some of the weather we have. So it's an awesome opportunity for the guys to get a bunch of golf in and compete against some of the best amateur golfers in the world.
While the big boys get it started tomorrow, over A bunch of youth were here today. What did I put in my scripts? All ages showed up. Look at these guys with the swings. From a 3-year-old was there up to like 18, 19. Unbelievable. All great swings. A young Tiger Woods right there. A truly fun event where youngsters got tips from their idols and even a possible sneak preview into the future.
These kids get a chance to see who their idols are right now. The college golfers and these coaches, this is what a lot of these kids are going to want to do. And so they get a chance to see them up close and personal. They get a chance to work with them and meet them. And it's going to really inspire them and fire them up to keep going with maybe their dream of playing golf in college.
You like golf? We have even more golf. John Merrick and the PGA, the final round of the Northern Trust Open on 14. He's 11 under, tied for the lead. Merrick, the long par, saving. He remains tied for the lead. This goes into a 2-round playoff hole. Charlie Belgian on the second hole has to make this, and he does not. His luck finally runs out. Merrick wins the Northern Trust Open. What a great event there in Pacific Palisades. And I'll tell you what, I'm not a meteorologist or Rob Bradley, but it sure doesn't feel like winter. Spring is in the air, and it was an absolute perfect day for baseball. UC Riverside taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, Oregon State Beavers. Top one scoreless, Eddie Young at the plate, and he's going to fly this one to center. It's deep, but it's playable, and the center fielder, oh, that's the sun, and he doesn't catch it. That's going to be a stand-up double. I was curious as to why he missed that ball. Look in the sun, and that's what you see. That's not easy to catch a white ball. Doesn't matter, though. We have Joe Chavez flying out to right. Inning is over, and the threat is averted. Bottom of the first, Ben Doucette, the Highlander starting pitcher, in some trouble. Bases loaded. Pitch gets away. Andy Peterson scores from third. 1-0 Beavers. And Peanut the dog, your thoughts? Exactly. Later in the inning, Beavers up 2-0. Add to it, Dylan Davis, an RBI hit. Michael Conforto come on down, 3-0 Oregon State. And more dogs. Claire, the dog, loves it. Beaver starter Andrew Moore dealing on the mound, 5 1/3, 6 strikeouts. Oregon State wins 14-3. Some NHL hockey now. Kings and Blackhawks go down to the nitty-gritty. 1 minute to go. Kings trying to score, and they can't get it done. Jeff Carter shoots wide. Blackhawks win a wild one, 3-2. And a little history on the racetrack. Danica Patrick becomes the first woman to win the pole position for the Daytona 500. She will start in the front row of next week's race alongside Jeff Gordon. The rest of the field will be set in 2 qualifying races scheduled for Thursday, I'm sorry. That does it for sports tonight. You're watching KESQ, the Desert's news leader.
Finally tonight, these little cubs are ready for their close-up. The 4 African lion cubs debuted at the Woodland Park Zoo in Seattle, Washington this weekend after living in a maternity den for a couple of months. They're the first litter for mom Adia and 13-year-old father Hubert. Local zoogoers couldn't be more excited. It's also the first litter born at the zoo in more than 20 years.
Who names those lions?
Hubert, that's like a father's
what
name.
Happened to like Simba and, you know?
Yeah, I know. Well, that's coming from our generation, right?
Okay, I guess so.
Got a lot of cute animals in this show.
I know. Nice ones you put in there in sports. All right, Rob, what do we have going on this week? Let's recap.
Well, the good news is your holiday looks nice and clear tomorrow. Highs in the mid-70s. Bad news is there's a cold front on the way with cooler and windier conditions for the rest of the week. Best chance for rain is Tuesday night, right around midnight to early in the morning, about 4 a.m. That's when your best chance for seeing showers is, but we get spotty showers for most of the day on Tuesday, and then we'll clear up. Some clouds are going to be hanging around, but your weekend looks clear.
Perfect. All right, that's all for KESQ News Channel 3 at 6. We'll be back at 11. You can always get breaking news on the air and online, KESQ.com. See y'all later.